Tonight, Speaker withdraws proposed counter-subversion bill. Senate Public Accounts Committee frowns at non-appearance of agencies. Update from legislatures at sub-national level.
Therefore, not out of place for the committee to look at it, but our primary concern here is the private clinics.
Good evening and welcome to the news. I am Mitaire Ikben. Speaker of the House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas has withdrawn the counter-subversion bill and related draft legislation from consideration by the Green Chamber. The bill, initially sponsored by the Speaker, sought to criminalize the destruction of national symbols and prescribe penalties for illegal actions that threaten national security. The withdrawn counter-subversion bill, which passed first reading at the House on July 23, 2024, has been subjected to criticisms and controversy in media space. This led the Speaker to issue an initial clarification that the bill was not targeting any group or section of the country. Consequently, in response to the voices and concerns of citizens, Speaker Abbas says he has decided to withdraw the bill following extensive consultations with a broad range of stakeholders and a careful consideration of the nation's current circumstances. The Speaker, while acknowledging the significance of the concerns raised about the bill, reaffirms that he will never support any action that might disrupt the peace and unity of the nation, and that withdrawing the controversial bill reflects his commitment to ensuring that the House of Representatives remains truly the people's house. Meanwhile, the Senate Committee on Public Accounts says it will not be frustrated by persistent evasive disposition of chief accounting officers of some ministries, departments, and agencies of government to honor its invitation, as such agencies will soon bear the consequences. This is with regards to the non-appearance of the affected MDAs to respond to queries raised against them as contained in the Auditor General's report. Briefing journalists on the development, the Senate Public Accounts Committee says the attitude of the agencies is contrary to the commitment of President Bola Tinubu to ensure transparency and accountability in the running of the business of government.
Office of the Accountant General of the Federation. 2. Nigerian Mining Cadastral Office. 3. Federal Inland Revenue Service. 4. Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, former DPR. 5. Nigeria Police Force. 6. Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment. 7. FCT Internal Revenue Service. 8. Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited. 10. Nigeria Immigration Service. 11. Federal Ministry of Women Affairs. 12. Ministry of Defense. 13. Nigeria Communications Satellite Limited and others.
The committee resolves to consider and adopt the position of the Auditor General as reflected in the audit queries. The House of Representatives Special Committee investigating crude oil theft is advocating special funding for the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps and the Nigeria Customs Service to enable them tackle the menace in the country. Chairman of the committee, Alhassan Doguwa, at a resumed hearing, attributed the trend of economic sabotage arising from crude oil theft to dwindling capacity of the security agencies to effectively combat oil bunkering, while urging the agencies to justify the need for special intervention funds.
To see how we can come up with a report where this agency of government or this security agencies is actually carried along, and you must also be part and parcel of this special intervention. Unfortunately, these are interventions that have been given specially, and it's not been on our statutory appropriation law. I feel if you can be able to convince the committee that the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps is doing this much, this will help us, I think, be able to address this problem you are facing.
At a separate hearing, the House Committee on Basic Examination Bodies has asked the National Office of the West African Examination Council, WAEC, to provide a statement of account on its expenditures since 2022 in a bid to ascertain compliance with fiscal and parliamentary approvals.
There is a difference between cash book and statement of account. If you ask me to bring my statement of account and I go and bring a cash book, are they the same?
If we need a bank statement, let the request be in bank statement. And if it comes that way, like I informed you, I'm under authority, I will follow the protocol, and I will plead that you give us 2 weeks so that we will get the necessary approvals and revert back with the request.
The committee has adjourned sitting to a later date. Still on security measures in a bid to effectively contain the menace of kidnapping in the state, the Nasarawa State House of Assembly has passed a resolution urging law enforcement agencies to re-strategize through improved intelligence gathering to track and dismantle kidnapping networks in the state. The resolution was at plenary under matter of public urgent importance. Adams Abdulkadri completes the report.
Those in favor of that, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it.
Immediately after adoption of report and recommendation made by the Joint Committee on Information, Housing and Environment on a bill for a law to make provision for right of way in Nasarawa State, Deputy Speaker Mohammed Adamu Oyaki moved a motion on the escalating activities of kidnappers in the state. He maintained that it is becoming a grave concern, instilling fear and uncertainty among residents, saying this growing threat not only endanger lives but also disrupt daily routines as people are increasingly afraid to travel or engage in normal activities.
Mr. Speaker, we have security agencies in Nasarawa State. And Mr. Speaker, if there's unrest, they are number one point of call. If you cannot reach out to them, Mr. Speaker, I don't know who will safeguard our lives and properties with the current situation we found ourselves in this country, Mr. Speaker. This happened in Iwashi. It took our own effort to rescue back this man. This man was brought back. In fact, two happened. The other one, he lost his life, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, just last week in Doma town, the councillor representing Sabon Gari Ward, Mr. Speaker, lost his mother. A few days later, he was kidnapped, Mr. Speaker. And all these kidnappings are with ransom, Mr. Speaker.
Just yesterday, I was in my constituencies, Mr. Speaker. A very powerful woman by name Hajia Safiatu was kidnapped on Friday. And yesterday, the security agent went into action and they found a dead body. Mr. Speaker, just recently, in Shabuye, a primary ruler was kidnapped. A doctor also was kidnapped. He was released recently. The issue of kidnapping has become rapper, Mr. Speaker.
This has been a business that people have engaged because it's so easy. If they took you, they will ask you to bring money. And Mr. Speaker, how long can we continue this way?
Speaker, Nasarawa State House of Assembly expressed displeasure, noting that people live constant fear for their loved ones, urging the security personnel to live up to their responsibilities.
All local government chairmen, in collaboration with our traditional rulers, stroke security agencies in all the 3 zones, to summon a security summit in their local government to find measure or solution to insecurity in the state within 2 weeks.
In the meantime, a bill for a law to repair the Nasarawa State Electricity Power Agency Law 2018 and provide for electricity generation, transmission system, operation, distribution and supply in the state, and for other matters connected therewith, scale force reading. Earlier, Speaker also read a letter received from the executive seeking for screening and confirmation of Nasarawa State Auditor General Iya Yusuf Sariki. In Lafia, Adams Abdulkadri, NTA News.
Away from security matters, the Zamfara State House of Assembly has called on the state government to construct the road that links 6 communities in Gumi local government area. This followed a motion presented by the House Deputy Speaker and member representing Gumi 2, Adamu Aliyu. Correspondent Bello Sani has more.
In an effort to ensure good representation of constituents, the State House of Assembly has deliberated on the need for the executive arm to award contract for the construction of a road linking Gidan Bita, Gandu, Dangawo, Sarin Gumawa, Kurpa, and Unguwar Gamji communities all in Gumi local government area. Presenting the motion before the House, the Deputy Speaker and member representing Gumi 2, Adamu Aliyu Gumi, said the affected communities, mostly farmers, face a lot of problems in transporting their palm product after harvest, hence the need for urgent attention in that regard. In their contributions, members representing Gusau 2, Ibrahim Garba Liman, Bukwim South, Hamis A. Faru, and Kauran Namoda North, Nasiru Mukhtar, said the road, if constructed, will ease transportation difficulties being faced by people of the area, in addition to improving socio-economic activities in not only the affected areas but the state in general. Following unanimous agreement of the members, the House Speaker, Bilyamini Ismail Moriki, called on the state government to construct the proposed road for rapid development.
Those in support, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it.
Well, the House adjourned sitting to next Monday. In Gusau, Bello Sani, NTA News.
You are watching Parliamentary News on NTA Parliament. We take a break now. There are more reports when we return. Do stay.
Are you looking for a short channel to make your business, goods and services go viral? Look no further, as NTA Parliament is your short channel. Take advantage of our wider reach and advertise your products and services on NTA Parliament DSTV channel 370, GoTV channel 126, StarTimes channel 306, and Free TV channel 706. For more inquiries, contact the marketing department, NTA Parliament, NTA Headquarters Area 11 Garki Abuja, or call these numbers 080-383-40464 or 080-770-78055. NTA Parliament, strengthening Nigeria's democracy.
You're watching NTA Parliament News from our studio in Abuja. Thanks for staying with us. And moving on, financial infractions in Nigerian universities must stop for the institutions to align with the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration on value for public funds. This is the observation of the House Committee on University Education during an oversight to the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, and other institutions in the southeastern zone of the country. National Assembly correspondent Muhammad Rabiu Ali reports.
Total receipts for 1 year.
We remitted these ones here this year.
University of Nigeria Nsukka submitting its report to the committee on some infractions relating to 2022-2023 budget performance and federal character violations identified.
Wherever a university is established, there is preponderance of the people as if it is no longer a federal institution, as if those universities are local state-owned universities, in gross violation of Section 14, subsections 3 and 4 of the fundamental objectives and directive principles of state policy enshrined in the Constitution.
We have Abia is 959. Adamawa is 4. Akwa Ibom is 60. Anambra is 2,174. Bauchi is 1.
At the Federal University of Allied Health Sciences, Enugu, chairman of the committee, Abubakar Hassan Fulata, questioned the 2023 budget performance put at 100%.
All the releases, the capital releases, though they spent the same releases to the last one. So I don't know how they managed to resort at that.
Moving forward, we will take absolute note of the comments you have made and the advice.
Acting Vice Chancellor of Nnamdi Azikiwe University, was not on seat during the committee's visit, and the management could not furnish the committee with necessary information. He was therefore summoned to face the committee at the National Assembly. Muhammad Rabiu Ali, NTA News.
In a related development, the Rivers State House of Assembly has committed the Rivers State Vocational and Technical Training Bill 2024 to an ad hoc committee for further scrutiny. This is after the bill passed second reading on the floor of the House. Assembly correspondent Nkiru Oyejesi has details.
Commencing debate on the bill, Leader of the House, Sokari Goodboy Sokari, notes that the bill, when passed into law, will produce a large number of trainers who will in turn train other people. Deputy Speaker Adolphus Timothy, in his contribution, aligned with the submission of the leader, noting that the bill, when passed into law, will reduce independence on parents, government and white-collar jobs.
Mr. Speaker, this bill will turn Rivers State into a huge economic site, not only to those who have gone for the training or those who are to be trained, but even generate more revenue for the state.
Mr. Speaker, this bill, if passed, will develop confidence and critical thinking ability amongst the trainee. If a training section is organized to such people, it will go a long way to making sure that their thinking ability will be different.
Speaker Victor Okojumbo, at the end of the robust debate on the bill, said the intent is overwhelming and will boost productivity in the state and eliminate unemployment among youths.
One of the key issues that this bill would also address is to improve the standard of our citizens in Rivers State. So I am totally in line with this bill and its intendments, because having passed this bill and implemented, Rivers State will witness a new era where we deliberately cater for our citizens.
He committed the bill to an ad hoc committee headed by the Deputy Speaker. The committee is expected to report back to the House in 2 weeks. In Port Harcourt, Nkiru Oyejesi, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the Rivers State House of Assembly has screened and confirmed 5 commissioner nominees presented by the state governor, Sir Siminalayi Fubara. Assembly correspondent Nkiru Oyejesi again reports that among the commissioner nominees is Samuel Anya, who is not a native of Rivers State.
The commissioner nominees, while fielding questions from lawmakers, promised to bring their wealth of experience to bear on their jobs and to discharge their duties diligently for the socio-economic growth of the state if given the chance.
If given a podium to go to the next level, will give me more avenue to serve the state and do more for the non-indigenous so that they will support His Excellency, the Governor of Rivers State.
Throughout my commissionership, we had a lot of exposure in terms of training, workshops, seminars. These have equipped me properly to assume any role that I'm given.
Debating on the suitability of the candidate, Leader of the House, Sokari Goodboy Sokari, urged his colleagues not to withhold the confirmation since the nominees have already served the state in various capacities and are of proven integrity.
I wish to appeal to the House that we shouldn't bore ourselves so much with debates and argument on confirming them or not. I just wish that the House will speedily confirm them so they could help the state.
I rise to second the motion ably moved by the Leader of the 10th Assembly. I so second.
Speaker Victor Okojumbo, at the end of the debate, called for confirmation of the nominees via a voice vote from members. He charged the nominees to work in synergy with the governor in moving the state to an enviable height.
We will hereby call on the clerk to convey the resolutions of this House to His Excellency.
Presentation of the report on the Rivers State Transportation Authority Reform Bill 2024 by the ad hoc committee was extended by 2 weeks. In Port Harcourt, Nkiru Onyechesi, NTA News.
Similarly, the Kano State House of Assembly has screened and confirmed an additional commissioner nominee, Major General Muhammad Inuwa, retired, where it considered his vast experience in internal and external security matters. Samira Hamisu Shira reports on these and other engagements at the Hallowed Chamber.
Muhammad Inuwa Idris was born in Arzai Indala local government area of Kano State and attended secondary school in the same area. His area of specialization during his service was infantry and intelligence. He has also held different positions in different military formations, where he retired as a Major General after 35 years in service. While responding to different questions from the lawmakers, he promised to use his expertise in curbing the issues of security in Kano State.
My approach will be driven by collaboration with all stakeholders wherever they are, engaging with community leaders, security personnel, and local stakeholders to devise and implement effective solutions, effective and innovative solutions.
His CV is very rich enough. I believe if this Honorable House agree and confirm him, our dear states will benefit a lot from his experience.
Adopted 3, ranging from upgrade of Tiga and BBG General Hospitals, which includes provision of water, manpower, infrastructure, to construction of a road, Rimin Auzanawa, behind Yusuf Mai Tamasula University in Gwale local government area, sponsored by Abdul Majid Isa Umar of Gwale, alongside another motion by Representative Usman Tasiu Abubakar for the provision of irrigational farming facilities, which will curb rural-urban migration among his constituents. The House has been adjourned to Monday, the 26th of August 2024. From the Kano State House of Assembly, Samira Hamisu, NTA News.
Thank you, Samira. Now moving on, the Ogun State House of Assembly has passed a bill amending the Council of Obas and Traditional Rulers Law of Ogun State 2021, stipulating 2 years to fill the vacant stool of a traditional ruler who joined his ancestors. Parliamentary correspondent Yemi Dalemo reports on these and other engagements of the lawmakers at plenary.
The passage of the bill was consequent upon the presentation of the report of the Committee on Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs and was later read and adopted clause by clause before the Committee of the Whole after the third reading.
Under Clause 18, insert the subsection 2 to read, irrespective of any circumstances surrounding the vacancy of a chieftaincy stool, there shall be no vacuum exceeding 2 years after the transition of an Oba. Under Clause 36, after subsection 2, insert subsection 3 to read, an Oba in charge shall have the power to regulate and discipline minor chiefs within his prescribed authority in line with the principle of fair hearing.
Ogun State Power Sector Bill 2024 seeking to improve electricity generation, transmission and distribution within Ogun State, establish an electricity market and key power sector bodies, enforce consumer rights and obligations, and for other connected purposes, also scaled first reading at plenary. The lawmakers adopted a resolution calling for the prosecution of a coronet Oba in Obafemi Owode local government area and directed the Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs and the State Council of Obas to suspend the monarch for acts capable of disrupting the peace of Agboru or Latunde village and the people of the state at large. Also at plenary, the Assembly commended Governor Dapo Abiodun for approving 100 acres of land to establish a naval base in Ogun Waterside local government, while also lauding Ogun East Senator Benga Daniel, who facilitated the project through his inclusion in the 2024 National Appropriation Act.
The government can do this for the people of Ogun Waterside and the Ogun State in general. That's what I want to appreciate on behalf of the entire people of Ogun Waterside.
When this thing starts, it's going to bring in a lot of benefit to the people of Ogun Waterside. So Ogun Waterside and Ogun State in general. So we appreciate.
The House notes that the naval base, when fully operational, will boost security network in the area and the entire Ogun State. In Abeokuta, Yemi Dalimo, NTA News.
The Osun State House of Assembly has passed the Osun State Independent Electoral Commission and Osun State Local Government Areas Bills to bolster local government autonomy in the state. Correspondent Muyiwa Omowumi reports.
After deliberation by the lawmakers, the House unanimously passed the Osun State Independent Electoral Commission Amendment No. 1 Bill 2024 and Osun State Local Government Area Creation and Administration Amendment No. 7 Bill.
That has been the third reading of Osun State Independent Electoral Commission Amendment No. 1 Bill 2024 and the final passage of the bill. The final copy of the bill will be produced in due course and forwarded to His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Osun State, Senator Ademola Jackson Nuruddin Adeleke, for its absence. Osun State Local Government Areas Creation and Administration Amendment No. 7 Bill 2024 and the final passage of the bill. The final copy of the bill will be produced in due course.
Speaker Adewale Egbedun said the key objectives of these bills are to align the state legislation with the recent Supreme Court judgment that upheld the independence of local governments. He said the Osun State Independent Electoral Commission Bill seeks to regulate the state's electoral body to conduct elections in the recognized 30 local government areas, as it also empowered the elected local government chairmen to appoint chief administrators into the local council development areas and the 6 area councils within their respective jurisdictions. Egbedun explained that the bill provides the elected local government chairmen with the authority to make appointments that will enable them to effectively discharge their duties. The legislation will be sent to the state executive governor for assent. From the Osun State House of Assembly, Muyiwa Omowumi, NTA News.
This is where we draw the curtain on this news bulletin. Remember to follow our platforms showing on your screen for news updates and other programs. On behalf of the production crew, I am Mitaire Ikben.